The new year is fast approaching, y'all. I cannot believe it's almost 2024. Can you? So, because it is coming up on the new year and most people like to set goals, I wanted to share 5 small changes that you can make that will change your life forever. Do you find yourself more often than not feeling unmotivated, stuck on the hamster wheel of life, and desperate for change? Setting unrealistic goals, whether it's throughout the year or you have New Year's resolutions or doing a crazy 30-day challenge, or maybe you're hopping on the fad diet wagon. Well, my friend, I'm sorry to say, but those things are not going to help you. Here's the key. Small changes over a long period of time are where you're going to see that change that you desire. If you haven't heard of it or haven't read it, I highly recommend the book, The Compound Effect. That's the very first book I read on this subject, and it is a game changer. So here we go. 5 small changes that you can make. Let's dive right in and start with number 1. Number 1 is going to be what's referred to as the 80-20 rule. So the 80-20 rule, what are the 20% of things or the 20% actionable items that you can do that are going to lead to 80% of your happiness? Basically, the concept is less is better. Work harder. Work smarter, not harder. So really focus and give your attention to that 20%, because that 20% is going to give you that 80%. You want that 80% of what makes you happy, that success, that fulfillment. That's a much bigger percentage when you're focusing on a smaller task, a smaller target, and really buckling down and deciding what that 20% is. It's basically, like I said, you are working smarter, not harder, and it is going to give you an immense more amount of fulfillment, enjoyment, and satisfaction, and you will feel accomplished. All right, we're on to number 2, and that is going to be to build systems. Do not set goals. You want to create systems. Like I said earlier, the small changes in habits is where you're going to see long-term lasting results. So for example, something everybody's heard of is dieting. But the term diet actually refers to what you eat, what you consume. It is not jumping on the fad diet bandwagon. So when I think diet, I think vegan, somebody who's paleo, somebody who eats gluten-free, vegetarian, pescatarian. It is how we eat. It's not, I'm doing this crazy keto challenge or something really extreme that is not sustainable for a long period of time. I've been vegan for over a decade now, and this has been a journey for me. It wasn't a sprint. It wasn't something where I had an end goal in mind and I'm just working towards that one goal. It is a journey, a life commitment that I am executing every single day. This conscious decision that I've made every single day since I started has changed my life immensely. My life is a million times better, but like I said, it has been a journey, and it is something that I've been fully committed to. It was not a goal that I set for myself, and now, because I've been vegan so long, this process, it's a well-oiled machine. And the great thing about this, the creating systems, is that it can basically apply to any area of your life. Anywhere that you want to see change, create systems to create that success instead of setting goals. If you'd like to know more of what that would look like, what creating systems means, please feel free to leave a comment, and I will make sure to make a video going into more detail about what exactly creating a system looks like. There we go. Number 3 is probably going to be my number 1, and that is to eat for fuel. Most Americans don't spend near enough time really considering the foods that they're eating, what they're putting into their bodies, and how it is affecting them. Our food choices are a huge contributor to the abundance of health issues and diseases that are rampant in the United States. Medications are handed out like candy. It is being prescribed at an alarming rate, and honestly, all it is a band-aid. We are not getting to the solution of what is creating these problems, these illnesses in our bodies. When I first embarked on my health journey and going vegan, I was searching for answers. I wanted answers to my own silent illnesses. I was struggling big time with anxiety and depression. I mean, to the point that it was debilitating. It was terrible. I've been battling these silent illnesses for over a decade, and I was sick and tired of it. I wanted to feel good for once, and guess what? It worked. And the biggest contributing factor, changing what I ate. I became hyper aware of what I was putting into my body and how it made me feel. I've seen so many positive changes outside of getting rid of my anxiety and my depression. It was like this magical snowball effect where I just continued on and kept making changes and kept desiring to be better. And it's amazing. It all started with a decision for change, which is why I'm such a huge advocate for healthy living. And guess what? You can do it too. I highly recommend anybody that I talk to about this, that it just starts with one step. You take baby steps, one step at a time. Eliminate one thing from your diet and see how it makes you feel. Give it some time, and then go and add something else. Take that out of your diet and see how that serves you. And you will find out your body talks to you. It will tell you what it needs and what it doesn't. Some common things that could be contributors to you not feeling your optimal best is going to be dairy, gluten, processed foods, fast foods, all of those things. So like I said, start small. Just choose one thing and cut it out. And the ways that our body talks to us. How do you feel on a regular basis? Are you lethargic? Do you get poor sleep? Does your stomach bother you? Do you have anxiety? Do you get depressed? Do you have crazy mood swings? This is how our body is telling us that something is off. All right, that brings me to number 4, and that is not to be afraid to say no. Live life for yourself. Don't strive to be such a people pleaser. And this is coming from a chronic people pleaser. When you're truly evaluating your decisions, think back to the first suggestion I made, that 80-20 rule. By being able to say no to the things that don't excite you, the things that don't serve you, then you are making room to say yes. You are making room for things that are going to fulfill you, that are going to bring you happiness, that are going to make you feel alive. Trust me, I know this habit too can be a bit challenging, but just again, start with baby steps. Say no to one thing. It's like a muscle. When you exercise it, it gets bigger and easier, and it's not quite so hard. The things that seemed hard aren't hard anymore. And my last tip, friends, number 5 is going to be to say yes to things that scare you. Say yes to something that you would normally say no to for whatever reason it is. Say yes. Those big scary things, those things that scare the living daylights out of you or that can take you way outside of your comfort zone, those are the things that we need to be saying yes to. You know what I'm talking about. Those things that just stay on your mind, but you continue to make excuses, or the things that you just keep putting off. Yeah, everybody's been there. I know you've got some of those things on your list. Pick one. Try to make a habit of committing to things that are completely outside of your comfort zone. Again, remember that we are creating life-changing habits. Once you do it, once you click yes, once you make that phone call, once you make that payment and you go ahead and commit to those scary things, it's a whole lot harder to back out. Apply for that job, enroll in school, buy that plane ticket, take that course, whatever it is, just do it, my friend. Things that you are financially invested in and that you have a time commitment to, you are much more likely to advance your life in a positive direction. Those are my 5 tips. I hope, as always, that this was inspirational, motivational, and encouraging. And I hope, like I said, pick one. Like I said with all of them, baby steps. If you need to do that, pick one, go for it, and see how it changes your life. And if you have any other ideas or things that you have found that have worked in your life, I would love to hear about it. Please leave a comment and let me know. That's it for this mama. I'm going to go join my kids and my family playing by the beach, but I just wanted to share some inspiration for y'all. So as always, I hope you stay happy, stay healthy, and have a very blessed one. I'll see you on the next video. Bye.